welcome to our coverage of the Howell Automotive HQ Nationals at Bulk Nutrients Baskerville Raceway. 35 drivers from 6 states and 1 territory gathered at the tricky 2-kilometre Baskerville layout just outside of Hobart on the 13th till the 15th of September. Amongst the field was the defending national champion Brett Osborne and Bathurst 1000 and Sandown 500 winner David Skippy Parsons. The 35-car field would be split based on qualifying times, with each driver contesting 3 heats before the 20-lap final on the Sunday. 4 heats would be held on Saturday, with each driver contesting 2 heats each. On Sunday morning, the field would be split again, with each driver contesting a longer 10-lap heat. The grids for the Sunday heats would be based off the drivers' accumulated points in the Saturday heats. Each driver's points from their 3 heats would then be added up to determine the starting order for the 20-lap winner-takes-all national final. Trying to pick a winner from the 35 starters was almost as unpredictable as the weather forecast for the 3 days. Drivers would be exposed to sunshine, rain, wind and even sleet falling over the track Saturday afternoon. Throw all of this together and you have an action-packed weekend of racing. Here's a preview of what to expect over the next 110 or so minutes.
Have a look at the front of the Grey Ghost. He can possibly not see where he's going.
Well, we're here at the Howell Automotive HQ Nationals at Baskerville Raceway in Tasmania. What an awesome weekend it's set out to be. We're here with the organisers of the event, the National Administrator of HQRA, Sue Ashland, and the HQ Racing Tasmania President, Wayne Nichols. A big feat to get here to Nationals. It's an awesome weekend, 35 cars on the grid. We've got another invitational round at Symmons Plains next weekend, so you've not just done Nationals, you've organised a whole nother race weekend on top of that. Absolutely outdone yourselves. How's the journey to this weekend been?
It's been a very long time. But yeah, it's good to see representatives from every state and the Northern Territory here. So, we couldn't be more happier.
Fantastic. And Wayne, for yourself from a club perspective, how's things been getting to this weekend?
It's been good. A lot of guys have now come back out that haven't ran, and it's just fantastic to see 35 cars. It's absolutely great, especially, that's where they started. It's been 36 years. Would have been nice to have that one more on the track to make it the same.
Yeah, good. Well, we do have one here. It's just not on the track, but obviously remembering Shane Ashland, the number 89, and it's awesome to see the car on display here in front of the HQ Nationals flag here at Baskerville Raceway. So we'll claim that as 36, I reckon we'll call it.
Yeah,
Well done.
There were several practice sessions on the Friday for cars to be tested and Baskerville first-timers to learn the undulating 2-kilometre Baskerville layout. Although some drivers seem to be practicing their racecraft and exploring overtaking opportunities around the track. Saturday morning would see the field split into odd-numbered cars and even-numbered cars for qualifying, with the odds on track first. Overnight dew had left the grass and curbs wet and slippery, which not only caught out some of the locals, but even the defending national champion. Just over halfway through the session, John Wise got stuck off track and the session was temporarily red flagged. Several drivers went back out when the session restarted, however a short time later a light shower meant no one was going to improve their time. The shower cleared just before the even-numbered cars began their qualifying session. However, the track surface was now cold and slippery, and it took some time before competitive times were posted. Luke Harrison qualified on pole, with the top 3 cars going under Andrew Toth's existing race lap record of a 106.2513.
Long finish qualifying where Luke Harrison from New South Wales has put the thing on pole position with a 1 minute 6 flat. A pretty speedy lap around Baskerville Raceway here in Tasmania. Luke, a solid start to your weekend.
Yeah, no, it was good. We just put our head down and got a few quick laps in early and before the rain started. So yeah, we got that done in the start of the session and brought the car in and saw our time and we parked it up. We're happy with that, and we held everyone off.
Now, we know that the 17 Sydney Mini Crete car is always quick. It's been quick everywhere you go in every event at Bathurst and Queensland Nationals last year, the Queensland 1 hour, and of course in your state racing. How's everything going in for the preparation this weekend, and is the car performing to the way you'd like it?
Yeah, we made a few small changes to suit the track late yesterday afternoon, and I think it's helped us. But yeah, other than that, we haven't really touched it. It's just we just work with what we got and just see how we go.
Absolutely, mate. Well, good luck from pole position for the next heat, and hopefully the rest of the weekend is kind to you as well.
Beauty, mate. Thank you.
Well, we're here with the reigning Nationals champion, Brett Osborne, in the number 1 Osborne's Transport entry. He's qualified on position number 3, about to go out for Heat 1 here at Baskerville Raceway. Brett, from my understanding, you've never been here before, but you've qualified P3, so not a bad start.
Yeah, like you said, first time down here in Tasmania racing, so good experience for us. Really enjoying the track. Yeah, P3 in qualifying, so sort of changing conditions across the 2 sessions. Luke Harrison managed to go pole with a cracking time, and then Andrew Magilton knocked me off for second in their second qualifying session. The plan is obviously to try and defend that this year. It's not going to be easy. It's a real challenge. The track's hard. There's some real fast cars here.
Now, Baskerville's quite a short track, just over a minute long. How are you finding it? A little bit technical with the undulation and a few different corners that are tighter than others. How are you finding the track so far?
Oh, definitely challenging, definitely tricky. It's a lot tighter and steeper than what we sort of anticipated coming here. So yeah, like you said, it's a whole nother beast really. Yeah, it's very difficult.
Well, you're in a pretty good starting position. We got a bunch of heats today and then again tomorrow morning before the 20 lap final. Plenty of racing still to happen here at Baskerville Raceway. Go well for the rest of the weekend.
Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
Unfortunately, the commentary for Heats 1 and 2 didn't work, so enjoy the HQ Holden sights and raw sounds.
Well, we're here with Jake Madden from Queensland in the number 45 Mad Trim Earth Moving entry, who's raced down here at Baskerville Raceway a bit this year. Jake, you're starting in position number 7 for the second heat of the day. How's the car, and is it all prepared and ready to go?
Well, I thought it was prepared. I've been down here. I thought I'd get on top of it, but everything I've done throughout the year hasn't seemed to really matter because it's a pig to drive at the moment. So I'm just going to send it like I usually do and hope for the best.
That's the ticket. What's going on with it? What are you struggling with?
Just a lot of oversteer. Just it's a pit, won't turn a corner. So hopefully I can just steer it with the pedal and hope for the best.
G'day, how's your weekend going so far?
Awesome, mate, awesome. Absolutely love it here. The track's unreal. All the people here coming from all the other states, and the amount of people you get to meet and do this with, and it's unreal, mate. Unreal. Great track. Absolutely loving it.
Having a good weekend, enjoying Tasmania?
Love Tasmania. It's beautiful. Except for the cold, it's absolutely stunning. So very nice. The people are great. The track's fantastic, really, to be honest. And yeah, having a ball. I'm happy I've done it.
So heading out on the warm-up lap. If you're just tuning in and you've never been here, 2 kilometres, one of the world's best kept secrets. Pole position for this one will go to car number 17, winner of Heat 1 and the fastest man in quality this morning, Luke Harrison from New South Wales. Alongside him, out of position number 2 will be car 202, Jared Harbour from New South Wales. Row 2, out of Victoria, car number 27, Ryan Woods. He had a good run this morning, finished 3rd. Alongside him, car 14, this is also from Victoria, Andrew Magleton. Then we go back to row 3, Andrew Bird, car number 34, out of position 5, Jake Madden, and the 45 car alongside him. The next row, Joe Andriski, car 69 from Queensland. Alongside him will be Michael Howell out of Western Australia. Back to row number 5, Ken Wright from Victoria, car 13, out of grid 9. Alongside him from Western Australia, car 4, Grant Ord. Back another row, out of position 11, car 3, also from WA, Troy Kent. And alongside him, car 81, and that is John Mahoney from Victoria. Grid 13, Lee Lovering, car number 25 from Queensland, but ex-Tasmanian. Out of grid 14, alongside him, car number 54 from South Australia, Lee Smith. The next row, row 8, car 18, Tony Whitehair. Alongside him, car number 22, and that is Derek Risey from Queensland. And the final row, car number 31 from Tasmania, car number 31, Sam Percy. And alongside him, the Grey Ghost, being driven by none other than Anthony Viney, who had what can only be described as a shocker in heat number 1. So Rosie, all I'm going to say to you is brace yourself, because it's going to go off like a frog in a sock very, very soon.
Got a good number there for, of course, all the Ford fans out there. You know, it's a Holden HQ. Got the 1-7, the famous Queensland number, Dick Johnson and various others. Will Davison holding at the moment. That's another story, though. It's all about the Kiwis. It's all the General Motors at the minute. Just the field getting away cleanly. Yeah, all looking good. So up in turn 1 for the first time, and a nice handy lead already by 17. That's Harrison. As Strider said, second in the National Championship. This is part of the heat process. It goes through this morning, this afternoon, weeks tomorrow. And he wants to be, him and about 34 others have the same idea. That is to get max points. That's to be standing on top of that number 1 podium tomorrow afternoon here at Baskerville Raceway. Can he do it? Well, we'll know tomorrow afternoon, of course, but he and all the other guys out there have got designs on lots of points. So far so good. Very well behaved for HQs, but they know how to play the long game. A lot of these guys have come from a long way away, from West Australia, from the far north. They've come from everywhere, so there's a fair bit on the line here. I'm not going to throw it away on lap 1, you wouldn't imagine, so just seeing what's going on, seeing what grip levels are available, getting the gauges hanging in the right place, see what who else is doing all around you, who's got strengths, who's got weaknesses, where do you reckon you might be able to slip through, which is a feat in itself, Strider, in this one-make series. Car's very similar.
Well, it is, and a lot of it comes down to setting a pass up a long time before you actually get to it, and keeping your car in good nick towards the end of the race, good tyres, good brakes, etc. towards the end of the race. Harrison in the first heat this morning, he followed Brett Osborne for the first 3 laps before he made his move. He made his move and then drove away a little bit, so he did a really nice job. And as I say that, he's just opened up a couple of car links back to Harbour in the 202 machine, who's got Magleton for company as they climb the hill over Skyline. A little gap back then to Ryan Woods, the Victorian, and he's got his hands full, because behind him would be Jake Madden and Andrew Bird as they work down to Calvin's Corner, turn 6 here at Baskerville Raceway, out of there, and they work their way down the straight. So important to get a good run out of turn 6. It's only a short straight, but you need to have plenty of momentum, particularly in these one-make categories where everyone's effectively got the same set of meccano.
That's true. I was going to say the same set of you know what you have in your underpants, but because we know that doesn't quite work. 14 looking very racy, come down to the braking area. Said to myself, I reckon he's a chance to really go forward. It had a bit of a whoops. He got a bit anxious, if you like, coming out of the straight turn 6.
Just to interrupt you there, I think I detected something that sounded like Andrew Bird's car was rough as, and he has dropped back a little bit, so keep an eye on the 34 Don towing entry of Andrew Bird. He looks like he's dropping back.
Shame for the Tassie flag wavers. There's a few of those out there. Yes, he is. Pulling off the left, got a drama. He's had a fair bit of head gasket issues.
Ryan Wood maybe a little closer in third as they cross the line, and it's now 1 second and 0.98 back to Magleton, who had a moment just a little while ago. Our DSA pulled me aside and said, wheels in the grass. That's not fast.
No, it's not. He was having fun though.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and Wood's gone into defence mode big time, coming out of 2 and 3, bottom of the hill.
Yeah, well, he's starting to cop some heat from Madden, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that's what happened. He's got into defence mode, so that's Wood in the 27 car. That's the first of those two going up the hill at the moment, and Madden right on his back bar. Almost literally on his back bar. So the white and green car, that's the leader of that duo on the top side at the minute. So they're having their own little private dice. First, second and third pretty much, they sorted, but they seem quite settled at the moment. And we are on the run home. So if they're going to do anything radical, they need to do it now. But there might be just look like the kind of points gathering here, Strider.
It's been very calm. Although having said that, Madden just had a big dive at Ryan Woods on the run into turn 7. Checkered flag time. And it's 2 from 2 for Luke Harrison, the New South Welshman, doing it nicely. Harbour for second. Magleton does the fastest lap of the race on the last lap and takes the lap record as well. And Ryan Woods will be next, and Jake Madden, Joe Andriski home in 6th, ahead of Howell, Western Australian. Kenny Wright was 8th. Looking for Kent in the 3 car. There he is there. He'll be next, ahead of Anthony Viney, who's made good progress. He started right at the back. Got himself up to 10th, so good job from him in that heat race. Good stuff though, and pretty sure a new lap record of 106.1211. And that goes to Andrew Magleton from Victoria. So well done to him. The very first race which was held on October the 23rd, 1988. The fastest lap of the weekend was a 1:14.16. And that was Paul Bailey driving Ian Beachy's car. And a 74.16, and the new lap record just set then is a 66.12. Alrighty, here we go. And this will be heat 4. Pole position sits with car 1, Brett Osborne from New South Wales. Alongside him, one of the big local hopes, Phil Ashland, in car number 32, the Howell Automotive machine. Out of position 3, car number 28, the current Tasmanian HQ champion, might say 6-time Tasmanian champion, Andrew Toth. Alongside him, Neville Rattray, who's having a good weekend. We'll get to grid number 5, Johnny Wise, a 3-time national champion in this category, if you don't mind. David Parsons starting at grid number 6, former Bathurst winner, former all sorts of things, David Parsons. Michael Woodridge, car number 74, he'll start out at position number 7. Otis Corporal alongside him after a bit of a whoopsie in the early heat, the Mr. Massage entry.
Well, yeah.
And there was no happy ending in the early heat.
I'll
give you the red hot tip.
Well, he asked for the wrong one then, didn't he?
Johnny Wise and David Parsons, the team cars together.
Interesting, some of the grid placements. Some guys are right up on the edge. Some guys are 2 metres back. So
well, they need their dads out there bringing them up to the line.
They do. Closer. Anyway, will it make a difference? Don't know. We're about to find out. Looking for a start. Yellow flag man standing by. Not needed at the moment. Everybody away cleanly. Good to see Osborne got a bit of a jump there on Uncle Phil. Lucky Phil. Not so lucky Phil at the moment. Phil Ashland, he's our Tasmanian hope at the moment in the sense that he's the one that's closest to the front. Has a look on the inside, but closing the door big time. We've got a spinner already. So a spin in the middle of the field. Will they all see him? Were they all sighted? No. Somebody at the back. Well, he was sighted, but had to complete an utter stop.
Neville Rattray and John Wise. Neville Rattray turning around now. John Wise out on the grass, stationary.
I think that's what started it. So plenty of head scratching going down in race control at the moment, you'd imagine, as to whether that car is in a dangerous position or not, and whether they need to neutralise the race or do something about that. Maybe just be a yellow, perhaps.
Neutralise the race.
You like that? That's a Mark Skase side of saying. I've been watching the telly. Don't you worry. I know the big words. Yes. And here comes Phil on the inside, and not to make it as wide as he did last time around. Osborne giving him racing room. Good to see. I mean, he might come to regret that later. However, Osborne still on the outside, plenty of grunt. Khan almost jumps out of turn 6 into the straight, gets away smartly from Phil Ashton. Phil Ashton going, gee, that's got plenty of grunt. We won't be doing that again. Yellow flag that time now, so no passing it, even if they want to. So all the field coming through turn 1 past the yellow flag. That tells them that they have to stay. Not necessarily line astern, but no overtaking between there and the drop down into turn 2 and 3. That looks like there's a yellow out in 2 as well, so no overtaking between turn 1 and the bottom of the hill, where we see the man there holding the green flag, letting the field know it's okay to resume hostilities, as it were. But already the field line astern, we saw that before, and we've come to know with HQs, they just use the first lap or two just to sort themselves out, get temp in the tyres, find out who they're fighting with and what they need to do something about it. But at the moment, there's large gaps between most of the cars, except for the 3 cars bringing up the rear. So I think all the action at the front at the moment, Strider. I'm going to say, but for first and second, it's a very different story. So Phil down the inside again, but see what happens. Like last time around, Strider, Osborne had plenty of grunt there, really good grip. Do you reckon there's a bit of escorting going on there?
No, I don't think he was escorted anywhere. He got a right rear wheel in the grass and the car skipped sideways, and that allowed Phil Ashton to go through. So we have a new race leader at the end of lap number 2. It's a 6-lap heat. It's now Phil Ashton from Brett Osborne. We go back to Andrew Toth. Then it would be Otis Corbell. Mr. Massage himself doing a nice job. So he's moving his way forward, and this is much better for him in this heat than the earlier heat, where he dropped right back and worked very hard. Here comes Brett Osborne. Don't tell me that car hasn't got some horsepower as they climb the hill.
That's what I mean, like coming out of 7, he drove away from Phil, so I feel...
Rosie, it's probably not a horsepower thing, it's probably more about the drive off turn 4.
Yeah, either or. True, but it does get the power down well, whatever power it's got. It wasn't as good last time because he had Phil Ashton on his inside, so he's had to give him racing room, and I think Phil didn't escort him, but like he let him know he was there, that's for sure. So he thought, you can do it, it's my turn, Phil, you can try and come up the inside of me, and I'll just come in this inside and I'll make it a bit wide. Is exactly what he does. So Phil gets on the power early, doesn't do him a lot of good because he's got a blue with orange wheels HQ right in front of him, and it's still right in front of him, goes right, goes left, making it the world's widest HQ at the moment. So this is a fascinating battle. 2 blokes at the top of their game, jerking it out at the front in this heat this afternoon.
Toffee, mate, because he's in this as well, sitting in third. He's sitting watching it, and he's not using his car up at all. He's just driving around.
True story.
The 2 guys in front, they are racing each other pretty hard. And Otis Corbell in 4th place, he's actually closing in on that little battle.
You see there's the 2 HQ extra cars, whereas Sandwich, we've got a Sandwich there happening at the bottom of the Killick Hill at the moment, and they're not bringing up the rear. We've still got 3 cars having a little crack down there in turns 2 and 3 in the S's, and bringing up the rear, we've got Nev Rattray after his dramas on the very opening lap. So back to the front. How many laps to go, Strider? It'll be 2 after this. After this, so on the second last one. Rightio.
Osborne's broken, and he led by 0.6 last time by, and the gap now is 1.3. He did a 106.7 versus a 107.4, which is the difference between him and Phil Ashton. And Phil Ashton now is having to defend fairly hard on Andrew Toth turn 2 as they work down through the S's for the final time.
And the only guy into the 6s in this race is our race leader.
Yeah, so it's Osborne, and then it's, at the moment anyway, it's still Phil Ashton and Andrew Toth. And we go back to Otis Corbell. Behind him's David Parsons, Woodbridge, Porter. Really impressed with Sean Hughes, only a new guy to the sport, coming to 62 and learning quickly and doing a really nice job. Currently sitting in P8. In this company, that's a pretty solid effort.
You do wonder about whether Osborne's foxing a little bit, because he's got clear of the pack, and he does. The fastest time of the race, and the only guy into the 66 is on his second last lap. So he's got plenty in the car to be able to do that. I thought for a while that maybe Phil had backed out of it a bit. The fact that he has that Toffee so close to him, and he still does, so Phil is definitely in recovery mode. But checker flag time. goes to Osborne in the number 1 car. There's a reason for that. So this car is absolutely beautifully prepared. You can tell it just does all the right things, and clearly Brett knows the car beautifully as well, and just drove it like a champ. So we've got the 1 on the car, so he's looking to keep that 1 on the car at the end of this weekend. And of course the 32 behind him, the local lad Phil Ashland, a former Australian champion as well, and a 6-time Tassie champion. He wants to do something else about it. So Phil alongside Brett up the hill to give you a bit of a wave. Well done, mate, well played, that was fun, but there's plenty more to go. So good, strong performances by the Tasmanians. It's going to be a little bit parochial for a moment to be in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So there's probably a mix of good cars, but probably fair to say a little bit of local knowledge doesn't go astray around here either.
Absolutely, it's one of those tracks, those that have never been here, it's 2K, so it's only short, but it's very technical. Corners have all got different banking, as i.e. camber and one thing and another, and it's uphill, it's downhill, and you know, even people like Alan Moffat, Peter Brock, those calibre of drivers have all come here and gone, this place isn't easy. I spoke to Brett Osborne yesterday, or last night, they had a pork thing down here, it was good. Having a chat to him, and he said, look, I've managed to put 1 lap together, 1 in a row, but I try to do 2 in a row and I'll make a mistake. He said, no, that just keeps happening. It's not easy, and he did a good job there. He deserved that win, no doubt about that.
Neville Rattray's HQ sustained a bent chassis rail in his opening lap tangle with John Wise, unfortunately ruling him out for the rest of the weekend. A chilly Sunday morning greeted competitors, with some rotating wheels, some changing car setup, and some undertaking repairs. Fortunately, the weather forecast for the day was clear, if not a little chilly for the mainland competitors.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul.
Mark Strachan, Moz from HQ Extra, mate, going a bit rogue here in the pits this weekend. How's your weekend going, Mark?
Yeah, really good. First race did the best time, and the second race, apparently 70% of the hill were cheering because I actually passed somebody while racing, so I am absolutely over the moon.
Track for heat number 5, the Howell Automotive HQ Nationals for 2024, and the man who's 2 from 2 from New South Wales will start on pole. I speak of car number 17, that is Luke Harrison. Alongside him, out of position number 2, Phil Ashland. Out of position number 3, car number 27, Ryan Woods from Victoria. Jake Madden, the Queenslander. Car number 45 will start alongside him out of grid number 4. Out of position number 5, Otis Corporal, Mr. Massage himself, in car number 71. Out of position number 6 will be car number 7, Michael Howell from Western Australia. Come a long way, doing a nice job. Out of position 7, car number 202 And from New South Wales, Jared Harbour. Some drama for him overnight, but he's back out there in grid number 7. Alongside him, car number 33. That's Kirk Porter. We go back to row number 5 on the inside from Western Australia, car number 3, Troy Kent. Alongside him, car number 34, the local, the oldest racing HQ in the world, Andrew Bird. He's on towing entry out of position number 11. On the inside, car number 4, also from WA. Great contingent here from WA, it's got to be said. And that's Grant Ord. We look at grid number 12, car number 88. He's from New South Wales, Christopher Buckley. Go back another row on the inside, car number 63. And he's from New South Wales. It's Wayne Healy, one of the HQ Extra machines. Alongside him, car 37, the Grey Ghost, Anthony Viney. Back to grid number 15, and it is car 19. Mark Strong from Queensland. Alongside him will be car 75 from WA, Philip Breen. Rounding out the field, car number 31, all the way from Hobart, Sam Percy. This is heat 5. We've gone up 4 laps. Every other race has been 6. We're now moving up to 10. The feature, a bit later in the day, will be over 20. As we get ready to go. David Rose, good morning.
G'day, Strider. Good morning, everybody. I brought it just the right time.
You did?
Yep.
Been down there having a latte?
Yeah, one of those. I wish. I reckon that's the trouble. Earlier they had one. Anyway, not about me, it's all about these guys. They're here in Tassie, and are we happy that they are here?
Problems for Ashland straight away.
Oh, wow. Indeed. He's just bogged down. Here's a test now. Can he get going again? If he gets up and about, and he has, some sort of drama with an axle tramp or clutch slip or, you know, it was very, very odd. So did not need that.
Just a gear maybe?
Yeah,
not sure.
batter all the last couple of days to get to that point, to be on the front row for this heat, and he's back. Not buried in the field, but he's back in 4th place, and he was on the front row, and that's enabled Harrison to absolutely scoot away. We're half a lap in, Strider, and he's got 40 metres on the field.
Overnight I had people saying to me, "Was this Strider caper? I've been striding for 60 years and you're trying to change."
I am.
Trying to change history. It's not working.
To Rob Bell, blame him.
Anyway, over the rise in the middle of the back straight comes our leader, Luke Harrison, Black 17 machine. Everything has gone right for him so far. Jake Madden sits in second in the 45. The Queenslander doing a nice job. Has got himself right in the contention here. Ryan Woods is third. Then it's Phil Ashton starting to fight back. Problem is, at this level, you drop back 2 or 3 spots. You're not repassing midfielders. You're repassing people who are as quick as you, so it becomes very problematic.
Absolutely, yeah, missing that start. He would be just spewing inside. Has a big dive down the inside. And good stuff there, because it was Woods was giving him racing room. He did a great job. He could have unloaded him, or he could have said, no, mate, work harder than that. But he saw the nose of the yellow peril sneaking down the inside into turn 2, and did right there, gave him racing room, and Phil is scooting away. In fact, Howell is Woods is under a bit of pressure now from Harbour. Harbour very, very racy on the back straight last time around, and he in fact passed Otis. Massage man in the black machine, and he's driven away from me 4 or 5 car lengths. So Harbour really on a charge there, found some good speed. He's really had one with the track at the moment, so he's a guy that's actually coming through, and there he is trying to have a crack on the outside of Woods. There they go, almost side by side under brakes. That's the 3rd place I'm talking about, 3rd place battle. Side by side through turn 7, got to be a bit brave there. Racing room must be given, but Woods has kind of given it, but he's hanging in there as well. Harbour's trying to find a way to the outside to get the run, but look at Woods. He's going right, he's going left, he's making it the world's widest HQ Holden. That's what he's allowed to do, that's his job.
So we've had some sort of an issue, because Jake Madden was second. Well, the deeper you get into these national championships, you find yourself racing against the best all the time. Early heats, you might find there's 2 to 3 big packers in your heat. But as you get towards the pointy end, you're starting to do it on points, so the highest points race each other, and it gets harder and harder and harder, to the point where you get to the final, you should be the best of the best.
That's the plan, Stan. That's generally how the national championship formats kind of work out. We've seen some thrillers over the years. We're looking forward to that over the next few hours, because we're not going to the end of the day. We should have a I need to wrap myself to say that battle goes on. We've seen battles here at Baskerville as they've gone side by side. But Woods and Harbour having a ripper out there. Woods had to turn hard right, basically. He's looking for a classic line through turn one, and to avoid running into the other green machine, he had to turn hard right and did a good job to avoid contact there, but it's putting back a spot. So the order going up at Killick Hill this time around, plenty of laps left, running on the 7 to go, I should say. We've got Harrison in the Black Beauty, the 1-7 car. And leads, as you can see, he's leading the field smartly and very well. 100 metre lead as they sweep left onto the back straight. Still leading Phil Ashland, which is, I'll say still leading, he's now leading Phil Ashland. Great comeback, 4th, 3rd and back up to 2nd, but there's the gap now. They're very much in form. Harrison in the black car, 2.1 seconds ahead. Now watch that one. That's what we'll be doing for the next few laps. We'll be wondering if that gap's going to come down. We can see with our own 2 peepers, but the stopwatch will help us as well.
Well, the first thing will be in Ashland's mind. He'll look in his mirror and he's seen that green car of Harbour coming towards him. The gap's 2.3. It's a further 2.4 back to Harbour. So we'll keep that gap in mind. Harbour's just done his best lap of the race, a 66.92.
Well, there's Harbour and now the gap.
So the gap's gone out from Harrison to Ashland. It has come in from Ashland to Harbour, who's now done the fastest lap of the race at a 66.60. So the green 202 machine is closing in on the back of the yellow 32. The gap between Phil Ashland and Harbour has closed again. It's into 1.3 and Harbour's done another fastest lap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a look at the front of the Grey Ghost. He could possibly not see where he's going. Anthony Viney.
It's covered in mud, folks, up there in spectator land and listening elsewhere. He's definitely had an off-road excursion. He's been over in the rallycross track. He's been playing in Waldo's backyard, I reckon. And speaking of rallycrossing, almost a contact there. Was that Birdie? No, it wasn't. No. One of the it was a blue machine. It could be Birdie. He's up playing with the quicker guys up the front, but had a big push down through turn 2, out in the grass, managed to get it back on without contacting anybody else. But there's a bit of rally crossing going on here from time to time. Quite remarkable. You're quite right about all the mud covering their windscreen.
Be very difficult to see where he's going.
It would, yeah, and you wouldn't dare put the wipers on because that would just make a proper old mess.
Very soon we're going to have
a
fair battle for second.
Gone out to another 2/10 gone out, so almost out to 3 seconds between our leader, Harrison.
The gap from second to third is now 4.6. For those at home, second place, Phil Ashland is now right in the gun sights of Jared Harbour from New South Wales, car number 202. His fans in New South Wales will be listening along and thinking, come on, son, get on with it.
Fair to say that Phil Ashland in the Yellow Peril has gone from offence to defence, no doubt about that.
Bit of that, yep. But his race really didn't start that well, did it? I mean, he got off the front line and then just went backwards and went back forwards, and now he's just holding station. His best is a 66.89. That last one through was a 67.09.
It'll be easily 3 second gap first to second when they come past the stripe next time. So Phil with Harbour at 0.4 behind him officially. That was like Floral Blanco over them, John.
About 0.4 of a mil.
Yeah, there you go. That's the thing. He's absolutely in defence mode as they come around to put another one in the bank. And 2 to go from this point in, 2 laps to home to the checker for this particular heat, and just keeping his nose clean, so to speak, just keeping it nice and steady and smooth. He's done it all race, as Harrison, in the 17. He put it in neutral and coast almost.
So where does the run home turn up in the 20 though?
I reckon 2 to go, 3 to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a long way from me.
If you survive that far, you're kind of like you're over the hump.
Could be just hanging on with your fingernails.
Yeah.
So the last lap board now comes out to Harrison. He's had a trouble-free run from the green light. He does his best lap of the race, a 66.65 on lap 9, proving the car's very, very good. In fact, our top 3 all operating in the 106 bracket, a 106.5 for Harrison, a 106.90 for Ashland, and a 106.96 for Harbour. They are locked together at turn 4. The run up the Killick Hill. You get them to about half a lap from home as they climb the hill, and Harbour trying to get into position to make a run. He'll realise his best opportunity is if under brakes into turn number 7. The problem he has is that Phil Ashland also realises that's his best opportunity.
Correct, and like a 6-time state champion and also a former national champion just a couple of years ago, he knows his way around Baskerville, both in HQs and more lately in 1 Rixie ones.
Here we go. Side by side for second place. Harbour on the outside, Ashton on the inside. It's going to be a breaking duel, and it looks like Harbour's got it done. He's gone around the outside. Can he hold it together? Ashton will try to get back. The win will go to Harrison. 3 from 3 for him. And Harbour at the line will get it done for second place, just ahead of Phil Ashland. Fourth will go to Ryan Woods. Henry Bird, good result from Birdie.
After his dramas yesterday.
Absolutely.
The world's oldest racing HQ. Still got it in it. Finishes in the top 5.
Astoundingly fine. He's managed to finish inside the top 10 in 8th place with that very brown windscreen.
That is a stellar effort. To be fair, he's probably like wind the window down. He's looking out the side, trying to work out, looking left and right to see where the track edges are, so he keeps it more or less in the middle. I wonder where he did that, because it's obviously went somewhere muddy and splashy, but and clearly recovered well to still be in the mix, even with a windscreen full of mud.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was pointed out to me by our driving standards advisor. The car was covered in mud.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that it is that, but it's not like it's had a whoopsie and it's running around at the back. I wonder if it's somebody's had a drama in front of him, or they've both gone off, and there's a lot of wheel spin has been chucked there. Because it had that much mud on the screen, it had to be looks like it's been, squirted on or sprayed with force on the car. Like if you did it yourself, you'd be up around the sides or behind. To be over the front, it's just really very odd.
What about Luke Harrison though? 3 starts, 3 wins. You can't do any better than that.
Jake Madden's here. He found the duck pond on the second last corner onto the back straight in the last race. He's just smashed his head on the bonnet, caught him by surprise. Hello, Jake.
How are you?
I'm well, mate. How about yourself?
Oh, that hurt. Bit annoyed with that one. Got a good start, got myself up there and was looking good to stick with Harrison, and just made a silly mistake down there at Calvin's, and now it's sent me way back. That's all I can do now. I've got to send it and try and catch back up.
Kirk, 33 Ocean Tyres entry here at Baskerville Raceway for the HQ Nationals. How's your weekend going so far?
Mate, we were going like a rocket all weekend until that last race, and I dropped a selector coming in hot into the last turn there in the sweeper, and got neutral. So she was a panic to pull her up and not red flag the race. I was heading for the sandpit and I didn't want to go in there. I was able to keep enough momentum. I rolled all the way back into the pit. I got into trouble for going too quick with the engine off.
Alrighty, cars out on their warm-up lap for the final heat race of the HQ Nationals. And out of pole position, car number 1, the defending champion, a 3 times champion from New South Wales, Brett Osborne. He's had a win and a second so far. Alongside him, car number 14 from Victoria, Andrew Magleton. And he managed to snag the lap record yesterday with a sensational lap. He'll start on the outside of the front row. Position number 3, Andrew Toth, car number 28, our current state champion here in Tas. And he's been pretty solid all weekend. Alongside him, David Parsons, 65 years of age, he's had some health struggles. He's won Bathurst, he's raced all over the world. He's just been everywhere, done everything. And he'll start out of position number 4. Out of position number 5 from Queensland, car number 65, Joe Andriski. And alongside him, car number 74, Michael Woodbridge from WA. Out of position number 7, car number 13, Kenny Wright from Victoria. And alongside him, Sean Hughes. Really impressed with Sean, new driver to the category, a local boy, pretty new to the category, and doing a really solid job in some strong fields. Out of 9, Wayne Nichols, a local guy, been racing these cars for a long time. And alongside him, car number 81, John Mahoney from Victoria. We go back to the next row, which is row number 6, car number 5, John Wise. Had a DNF in his second heat yesterday. Alongside him, former Tasmanian and now Queenslander, car number 25, Lee Lovering. The next row, car number 22, and from Queensland, Derek Risley. Alongside him, car number 83, all the way from the NT, and that, of course, is Peter Anderson. And we look to the back of the pack, car number 18, Tony Whitehair from South Australia. Alongside him, car triple 1, and that is Brendan Healy. And rounding out your field, car 54, who ended up in the wall, and I'm not even sure he's out there. I don't think he is. Oh, yes, he is. I can see him at the back there now. Car number 54, Lee Smith from South Australia, and he had a contact with the wall at the bottom of the hill at the end of the race yesterday. This is the final heat race, Rosie.
And we are just about ready to go. Oh, we have an extra formation lap.
So something is astray.
Lee Lovering, a former Tasmanian, used to race a sports sedan around here. Not a good start to his campaign, as he's been towed back into the circuit. I would imagine that's the reason why.
My heart did skip a good beat when I saw Brett Osborne drive off. And I thought, don't tell me he's jumped the start.
It's fairly impressive.
He certainly hadn't, but it looked that way.
Yeah.
Current champion, 3 times champion.
Yeah. So, and then we thought the last field was stellar. And hello, here's another one with really high quality steerers and cars.
3-time champion on pole and a new lap record holder right next to him.
There you go, and they're going to be all mixed up for the final. Just going to be fantastic.
And a Bathurst winner on road 2.
That's right, 65 years old, and he's still got it. And he certainly has. So yeah, the nice clean start by everybody. Yep, all looking good up in turn 1. 2 by 2, almost like Noah's Ark type thing. But anyway, that's a nice good move there by Maggleton. Dilton or Maggleton?
I'm going with Maggleton.
We'll go with
side
Maggleton.
by side through turn 2. Folks, that's not easy to do without contact, but they've certainly done that. And round the outside, Osborne, he's going to take control at the bottom of the hill, turn number 4. Really important to get a nice run out of here because it is a steep hill. It doesn't look that steep until you try and walk it. And then it is very steep as you go over the top of Skyline, turn 5. Osborne's your leader. Second gear mostly over the top. A very brave man to go through there in third gear. And run downhill to Calvin's Corner at narrow an entry off camber. That's so important to get a nice clean run out of here because you haven't got oodles of horsepower, you've just got enough, and you've got to get a nice run so that you don't get swamped on the run over the rise and down into the braking here where they are now for turn 7, the end of the back straight. They come round in front of the crowd, but they're starting to gather, so it's good to see some folks coming out to have a look at this action. Osborne leads away from Maggleton, Toth in third. Do not discount Andrew Toth.
Absolutely not. 6-time Tasmanian champion himself. Went to the Big Island last year and had the time of his life. Very, very clever driver. He's a tall bloke, quiet man, but he knows how to get the best out of the old Kiwis. So we've had some strong Tasmanian representation in the previous heat, and Toth is probably the main man flying the flag for the Tasmanians in this one with a whole bunch of baying HQs behind him. But as we so often see in these one-mate classes, the cream rises to the top and the leading trio just easing away ever so slightly from the rest of the pack. So it's Osborne and Maggleton and Toth, the leading trio. There they are. There's 100 metres back to 4th, 5th, 6th, etc. as they file their way down the top straight. Okay, onto the back straight again. Now, any challenges here? Don't think so. It's all pretty much a case of singing with their own 2 peepers and also keeping an eye on the timing screen to see if there's any moves there. Certainly under brakes there was a move as Maggleton definitely pulled in a car or 2 on Osborne. You can see that because by dint of that, Andrew Toth just fell back a bit. So officially the gap is 0.06.
Being driven by David Parsons, who's a couple of spots up on him. Parsons currently sitting in 4th, I think it is. He's coming under pressure now from Joe Andriski from Queensland, who dives to the inside. You're going to be brave to outbrake David Parsons. Wow. That's ambitious.
That's ambitious. Yeah, in any car on any circuit. A guy who's been on podiums at Sandown, which is happening today, and he's a Bathurst winner. Yeah, under plenty of pressure from Andriski, another familiar name to HQ Holden Racing aficionados. But Skippy's made it the wide of HQ going around at the moment. Swinging to the left is Andriski going up the hill. Not got enough to run. Is he going to brake really late, take a big breath and go down the inside? No, he doesn't. Well, he probably tried to do that, but Skippy was having absolutely none of that. Watch that, Skip.
Exactly. I have raced against him, and he's not an easy man to race against, trust me.
Yeah, well, he also was a teammate of Peter Block's for some time as well, so they know about, and he comes from the North West Coast where John Bowers, known as the biggest rocket going around.
John Rice has picked up another couple of spots, or at least one more spot. He went past here in 8th.
Might do a 10 wrap, do you reckon, Scott?
What, sorry?
A top 10 wrap.
Now.
3 down through the S's, so about half a lap, bit under half a lap, covering the whole field at the moment. with approaching the halfway mark. There's final heat for this morning before we mix all the grid up, and we have the cream absolutely rising to the top, and the best of the two heats points wise will be all lining up on this capacity Baskerville Raceway grid. Fantastic to see a full grid. Been a while since that's happened. That'll be going on in a little while.
Someone's headed off into the scrub.
Someone's had a big...
And it's one of the Burson's Auto Parts cars.
Is it Skippy?
No, it's John Wise, and he's out there in the sand. He may or may not get out of there. He's got out of the sand and gone to the grass between the sand and the racetrack, the tyre wall.
Look at that. Round of applause, folks, up there in spectator. And that's an HQ thing, yes.
Well,
I see
that's experience.
I see people clapping up there as well. But you can do that in an HQ. Couldn't do that in a little rolled RT4 or something, could you?
He may have engaged the cross locks. Best time from Osborne, our leader, is a 106.26, and Magleton in second, a 106.25. So they're much quicker than the previous heat.
Now, are they quicker cars, or is the track evolving?
Oh, well, probably the track evolving. Maybe a bit more pressure because Harrison wasn't under a lot of pressure in the last race.
Good.
They didn't really have to push the car too much, as we see Lee Lovery coming back out. So whatever the problem was for the 25, it's no longer a problem.
Maybe you forgot to go to the toilet. I don't know.
And look at this battle here between Parsons and Andriski. It's on for young and old, and they're coming around to complete lap number 6. There's still plenty of time to go. This is bringing a 13 car of Ken Wright into the game, and also the 74 machine of Woodbridge.
Ken Wright's got the best seat in the house at the moment. He's watching the antics of Andriski and Skippy Parsons ahead of him. That's quite entertaining. He's not under a real lot of pressure himself at the minute from Woodbridge. So Woodbridge is thereabouts, but he's not on the back. He's not on the back bar of Wright, so I'd have a good look at that dice. The dice we're talking about, folks, on the hill is the one going up the hill at the moment, led by the red, predominantly red car of Skippy Parsons, and just keep behind him. That's been a race-long dice, and one certainly worth keeping an eye on. We'll go back to the front, check them out on the back straight. Similar sort of gap from first back to second, still the main man with the one on the door for a reason.
Well, have a look at this on the last lap, which was laps number 6. Osborne, a 106.13. 1/100th off the lap record we set yesterday.
To my point, number one on the door, because the national champion, he's aiming to do all over again. I tell you what, he's going about it the right way by winning heats the way he does. And still this battle rages. The 65-year-old former Bathurst winner, David Skippy Parsons. Oh, bit of hip and shoulder there. Hang on to it, Davey. Whoa! He did. Bit of right hand down going on there, bit of hoppy lock.
I know what Mark Scaford said. He was escorted.
He was escorted off. Yes, he was escorted off. Yes,
escorted him off the road.
He was a pioneer there for a moment.
He was.
You'd seem like really working the wheel on the opposite lock, and his eyes were getting wider, and you're thinking, well, that won't do his health any good. Actually,
so
it
the driving
might.
standards advisors behind us, and he's just shaking his head. So
it's racing. Rubbin's racing. Rubbin's racing. Anyway, that was funny though. Yeah, it was a bit of done about racing.
For us, I'm not sure how funny Parsons.
Oh no! Well, his old man and him have been through their sideways 400 times.
Well,
I reckon.
Old man had the biggest crash in history.
Yes, I know, right there. But they used to be very, very sideways through there. But that was by design, not by accident, like that one was.
Closed in a lot here. He's right with our race leader as we've now got 2 laps to run.
But has Brett come back, Queen, or the other way around?
Well, that lap alone, Osborne a 106.5, Magleton a 106.27, so nothing between them. The official gap is 0.41.
Yeah, actually, well, Magleton actually did
but
go.
But it's less than that. Look at him at the top of the
He did go quick. I thought that maybe Osborne had rolled out a tad, but no, he was still keeping a reasonable pace. So it's Magleton's got racy in the last couple of laps. So has he saved a bit? I think, it's not. We'll keep an eye on it, but no big deal. We're on the run home almost.
If it's oil smoke, it'll stop eventually.
Yeah, but that's true. Look at this rider throw Blanco to them, 1 to go.
One lap to run, and it's 5 seconds back to third. So it's a battle in 2. What did they do on that lap? It was a 106.8 versus a 106.7. Toth sits in third. He's 5.3 seconds back. And here's a big challenge. I had a look at the top of the S's from Magleton. He's keen to put the test to Osborne. Osborne gets a car length. Magleton gets it back through turn 3. Now turn 4, bottom of the hill for the final time. Who gets a run out of here? Gee, I tell you what, that Osborne car came out of there beautifully. Picked up a car length as they climb up the steep little hill. Over the top of the hill now, turn number 5, Skyline. They got to get it nicely pointed downhill, and it is quite steep running down to Calvin's Corner. Turn number 6. There's only 6, 7 and 8 to run. Run out of here is going to be critical. The braking area at the end of this straight will be absolutely mega one, I would imagine. The thing is, Brett Osborne, he'll know that, and he'll do his very best to cover off over the rise. He'll probably go to driver's left. Does he? Magleton's not close enough to challenge. It's been a stellar last lap from our race leader, Brett Osborne. He's led for the whole way, and he's going to come out of turn 8. He will take out the final heat race. He has 2 from 3. Magleton for second, who's been really fast all weekend. Andrew Tott's going to come home in third. The battle for Vandrisky's fourth. Then it's Parsons, Ken Wright and Woodridge, and you can throw a small handkerchief over that lot. So they cross the line now. Just never fail to provide action. Next through will be Sean Hughes, and a lot of history with this car. First owner, one Fred Krause, driven by Roger Hurd.
Back in the day.
Sean Kelly owned it for a while and won a Tassie Championship in it. And a very good morning to Sean Kelly. It's either here or listening at home.
So still the back markers file through.
Good that Lee Lovering got back out there from the point of view that A, he'll get some points, but B, the car's not terminal.
Yeah, he's
That's
now fixed
really
whatever.
important.
He probably forgot to go to the toot. I don't know.
Put fuel in it.
Wipe his nose. I don't know. Probably forgot to put his phone on silent. Who knows? Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's heat racing done. The next time we see them, she's on.
It's on. It is on. Yeah.
But the game changes again because we've gone from 6 laps to 10. The next jump is 10 laps to 20. So double what we've just seen.
Although he crossed the finish line, Lee Lovering didn't cover enough laps to be classified as a finisher, hence the DNF. For the 20-lap final, we also have onboard footage from Sean Hughes' number 62 HQ.
Well, we're stoked to be here at the Howell Automotive HQ Nationals, where we're here to award the pole position winner, which goes to none other than the 17 Sydney Mini Creek driver of Luke Harrison. $500 proudly donated by Dina, Sean and Charlie from Mad Trim Earth Moving. Thank you guys for your support. Luke Harrison, pole position winner for the 20-lap HQ Nationals final. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks guys, appreciate it. Thank you. Beauty.
And how good, Mad Trim Earth Moving with the $500 for the pole position. Luke, you're starting in the best possible position for the 20-lap final. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for the support. So we've had a good weekend so far, and see how we go in this main last race this afternoon, and see if we can bring it home.
Well, you've been quick all weekend, and you've made it quick where it counts. Go well in the 20-lap final.
Beauty, mate. Thank you.
So here we go, folks. Cars starting to come out of the pit lane. There's been so much talk, so much build-up to this Howell Automotive HQ National Championship. An HQ race car number 89, has taken no part in this weekend. It was the car of Shane Ashland, and it is beautifully restored back to how it was when Shane raced. We lost Shane a few years ago. An extraordinarily sad situation, and the car is as Shane raced it. PJ O'Keefe is driving that car at the moment, so that's leading the field around, and it's actually giving me a shiver.
Me too. How appropriate as well with because the Ashland family, they are kind of like the HQ family in Tasmania. They're the glue really that holds it together in this state.
Sue Ashland is the national administrator for HQ racing right around the country. That's why it's national. So she's that, and she's been the mover and shaker to make this show happen this weekend, and a big thank you to her and Roger, and I know Phil's been involved as well. A 34-car field, 2x2x2. You mentioned Noah's Ark. I think he might have actually had 2 HQ holders on that.
Probably. Man, look at that sight, mate. How good is that?
The pole man out of New South Wales, car number 17, Luke Harrison. Alongside him, the defending champion. He puts that number 1 on the line right here, right now, Brett Osborne. Row number 2 from Victoria, car 14, Andrew Magleton. Alongside him, the first of the Tasmania, the 2022 national champion, Phil Ashland. Row number 3, The 89 car comes back in. Row number 3, the 28 machine, the current Tasmanian champion, Andrew Toth. Alongside of him, the 27 car from Victoria, and that is Ryan Woods. We go back to row number 4. On the inside, car number 69, Joe Andriski from Queensland. Alongside of him, car number 50, the Tasmanian David Parsons. Row number 5, car 202, and that is Jared Harbour. We've seen how quick he has been all weekend. Next to him, Mr. Massage himself, Otis Corbell in the 71 machine. We're back to row number 6. Car 45, Jake Madden. He's been competitive all weekend. Alongside him is car number 7 from Western Australia, Michael Howell. Back to the next row. Car number 74, and that is also from Western Australia, Michael Woodbridge. Alongside Michael is the 13 car of Kenny Wright from Victoria, and the list just keeps going on and on and on. Next row, car position 15, Andrew Bird. Alongside him, Sean Hughes. I've been really impressed with him. Then we go back to the next row, car number 3, Troy Kent from Western Australia. Car number 4 next to him, Grant Ord, also from Western Australia. The next row, which is row number 10, car number 19, and that is Mark Strawn from Queensland. And alongside Mark, Wayne Nichols in the 12 is there. They'll come down and grid up 34 cars. It started here in 1988, 36 years ago, the 23rd of October 1988, 11 cars. 36 years later, we now have 36 cars vying for the national title. Green flag. Next thing they see will be the 5-second board.
And we have, because of this large grid, this large field, we'll have the national flag being dropped simultaneously to let the cars know it's
a
back.
long wait. Red lights on. Red lights off. The 17 car stopped on the line almost. Magneton goes to the right-hand side. He's got 2 wheels in the grass. Brett Osborne's made the best of it. Phil Ashland is losing a lot of ground. He's almost out. He is out of the race. Didn't make turn 1. The Tasmanian 6-time champion is stationary on the outside of turn number 1, and they will not be able to continue with that car there unless he can roll that back and get it out of harm's way. Our leader, Brett Osborne, he's already at turn number 4. He's got a couple of car lengths back to Luke Harrison as they climb the hill for the first time. In third place will be Magleton, then back to Ryan Woods. Andrew Toth would be the next one. David Parsons, Joe Andriski would be behind him, and they're getting rid of that 32 car of Phil Ashland. That is just a dreadful story.
Just drove it back. He did a lot of half a donut and drove it back in the back of the pits. It's still going.
Got to be a drive issue, you'd suggest, but our leader now heading down towards the braking area. End of lap 1, there'll be 19 to go, and that's the cleanest first lap I've seen in a long time, and I am absolutely gobsmacked that has been the situation. As we come round to complete lap 1, our first 4 have got a nice little break already.
Yes, indeed. That's a big sigh of relief for the leading guys, but they would not like to see Phil go out that way. Not even 200 metres into the race, the biggest race of the year. The one he's so badly wanted to win on home turf. That is just ridiculous. You look on the bad luck and addiction. There's got to be a photo of Phil Ashland. The poor bloke would have to be gutted. The whole family would have to be gutted. But anyway, that's motor racing. It's cruel. It's awful. Move forward. It's all about the guys out there on track at the moment. They come from all over Australia to do this and to vie for the honours. And the honours at the moment being held by Brett Osborne in the number 1 car. There's a reason, as we've been saying the last couple of days, why there's the number 1 on the door. That's because he's good, because he's the current champion, and he got there because the car's good, he's good, and he knows what's what. He's been on the money since the moment he set foot on this track down here, and his task over the next 19 laps or so is to hang in there, is to stay in there and hold off the very determined attacks. Here we go though, first 4 have lit out from the rest of the field. Strider, this is going to be the battle pack.
3 things that come into mind for me: tyres, brakes and lap traffic.
Yes indeed, yeah, well, that's going to happen, isn't it? 2.1 kilometres around Baskerville Raceway, over 20 laps.
If you look at it, we've just completed lap number 2. Now the leader, we'll have a look where the leader is when the final car gets to start-finish line. It'll be about half a lap, I'm going to suggest, because our leader's already at turn 3. And our tail end Charlie hasn't even got to they're through turn 4. Osborne's climbing the hill. Tony Whitehead crosses the line now, and they're almost at turn 5, so about half a lap in 2 laps.
Yep, near enough half a lap. Lee Lovering, I thought, was going to come around and come into the pits because he was going very slowly on the back straight, but no, he's just going to keep on going. His choice, come all the way down from Queensland. I suppose Roddy Mars is just keep going, try and get your money's worth, as it were. But half a lap distance already, so there's no doubt about it. There's going to be a lapping situation.
Pressure coming on already. Harrison on lap 2 at 1:06.23, so almost down to lap record pace very early on, and still 18 laps to go, and they're already down near lap record pace.
Yep, so the pace is on, the tyres have got the temp in them, everything's got temp, the brakes have got temp in them. So they're in optimum, they're getting into optimum. Operating temperature, operating range for all the bits and pieces, all the mechanicals. Thing is, there will come a point after 10 laps or an amount of laps, they'll be suboptimal. They'll be hotter than they want to be. That's the tyres and the brakes, and that will require some management. But we won't get ahead of ourselves. We'll wait and see how that all plays out. No surprise to see Osborne, Harrison, Maggleton and Woods. They were the quick guys in their heats. And Woods just dropping off slightly off the end. This is what tends to happen. You just have a little train of a half a dozen, then it's 5, then it's 4, then it's 3, and then somebody drops off the back. A bit like one of those bike races where you lose one off the back every lap or two. What are they called? Not the peloton, you know what I mean?
No,
one of those, but like, so here we go. So it's the car in that quartet hanging on grimly of Woods, who's been racy all weekend, but just lost a little bit. And so is third, to be honest. So that's Maggleton hanging in there. And the 25 car of Lee Lovering, the expatriate Tasmanian, been in Queensland from it.
That's to pit lane, though, not behind.
Yeah, I know. He's determined to get his money's worth. The surplus rented car sponsored machine. He might need a rented car to get home. But anyway.
4 laps completed, Rosie.
16 to go.
It's Osborne from Harrison, from Maggleton. Woods is next. In 5th place, it's Harbour, but he's back a little bit. Andriski, Parsons, Madden, Corporal, and rounding out your top 10 is Andrew Bird.
A great little Stoushes has been Ord and Hughes back in the pack for 15th and 16th. You can see it's still going on with it coming through turns 2 and 3. As we often say, even though the pointy end is where it happens, that's where the trophies will be handed out from. That surprised me a bit because Harbour was very racy this morning in his heat, and he was catching up to the back of the packs and there or thereabouts, but running a very lonely race at the moment. He's got probably 200 metres front and rear, nobody in front to play with, and they're not really challenged from behind at the moment. Same deal for Andriski.
Yeah, surprised here. Andrew Toft back in 11th place, not used to seeing that. He's had some sort of drama. He's well back down in the pack. He certainly didn't start that far down. That's where he is at the moment. Our leader is still Osborne, the defending champion. He's won this thing 3 times. He knows what it takes to win these races. Over the rise, heading down into turn number 7 to complete the lap. It's an 8 corner track for those people playing along at home. Hopefully you're enjoying the coverage of this Howell Automotive HQ National Championship for 2024. Still a 3-car battle. Osborne, Harrison, Maggleton. Little gap back then to Woods, the Victorian, and the 27 machine. Big gap back then to Harbour in the 202 entry, and an even bigger gap back then to Andriski, who's been doing a good job all week in the 69 machine. Comes across the line. Then it would be Otis Corbell in 71, ahead of Andrew Todd, David Parsons, Andrew Bird. Then the 7 car of Howell from Western Australia.
That's a nice little battle pack forming there at the moment, Stridey, with Toth leading the charge, with Skippy behind him, and Birdie giving him, but he's eked out just a little bit of an advantage over the Bain pack behind him, led by Skippy Parsons. There's Parsons, Bird, Howell, Knight and Woodbridge all running in close company, but another lap under their belts. The leading trio, they are absolutely a class of their own, if you like. There they are, slipping down through turns 2 and 3 for famous S's. Well clear of our 4th place Woods. So the official gap back to 4th is 3.6 seconds, but with the first 3, you'd wonder, let's have a look at the lap times.
Still in the mid-6s, 6.5 for Osborne, a 6.6 for Harrison, a 6.5 for Maggleton.
That's still up and about. I just wonder if they were all decided just to hold station for a few laps, just to save it for a big lunge in the last half of the race.
Well, I'm just trying to put myself in Luke Harrison's head for a moment. He's finished runner-up twice. He's currently runner-up again. So he will be throwing everything bar his helmet at Brett Osborne, you'd imagine, as the race unfolds.
Yeah, he would. He's the quickest. It's kind of almost like 3.73 and it's 6'3".
Still in the sixes, a 6'7", a 6'7", a 6'9".
And the gaps are about the same.
Yep.
As I said, they're almost like they're like, this is our race space, this is comfortable, let's just do that. I just got a feeling they're just like holding station. They're just in the zone. They're just in the middle of the race type zone. Let's just do this. Keep it nice. Keep it easy. Not too hard on the gear, and we'll get serious in the second half. Not even into the halfway mark yet.
What I would know about this particular category is a run around here in the early. Oh, we've got a sprinter here, Sean Hughes. Is he going to get away with this? Cars coming round. One of the fastest parts of the track. And everybody is misused. That is a horrible place to be stationary. Oh, Wayne Nichols. Wow, that was close. Sean Hughes stationary. Not where you want to be. His heart rate would be about 400 right now. The 19 car had to take to the grass. They're being warned. There's yellow flags, but as I said, you're unsighted. The 83, Peter Anderson from the Northern Territory, almost got him. Oh, they're going to go everywhere. Our leaders. Look, Harrison out in the grass. Maggleton out in the grass. Under yellow flags. What is going on? Obviously, the car's stalled. He can't restart it. Now he gets a bit of fire in it and gets away. His heart rate, I reckon, would be up to about 500 right now.
Minimal.
Mine's about 400.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, well, because it's through the chute, it's unsighted. Like, well.
They've called a safety car.
Well, they called a safety car for that, but now it's resolved, so that's awkward. Yeah.
Wow.
And you can't, once you call it, you can't uncall it. So that's a complete reset.
That's just. We've got yellow flags everywhere, and the safety cars have been out, done the lap, and come back into pit lane. Now the safety car boards are being withdrawn.
So there'd be green flags.
Green flags come out, so we're going back to racing. It's a virtual safety car.
That's what it was. Didn't you get the memo?
No, I didn't. Wow.
It actually was a virtual safety car, even though they didn't mean to be, I'm pretty sure.
Lordy. We're 11 laps in for those listening at home. So 11 down of the 20. Brett Osborne is your leader. From second place is still Luke Harrison. It's not showing that on our monitor. It's showing Ryan Woods is second. Jared Harbour is third. So
yeah, I saw Harrison down there at about
he's showing in 29th position. Folks, that is not correct. 100%. If you're looking at that stuff and thinking what's going on, that is not correct.
We haven't had full-on lapping situation yet. So like basically what you see in track order is the order. What you see on the track in front of you had multiple overtakes and then pit stops and what have you.
We still might beating
would you like a Beck's powder and a lie down, mate?
I think I might need that. A little cup of tea.
Yeah, a little cup of tea and a little temazepam or something, mate. A little Valium cocktail.
So.
Well, sort of we're back to where we were. We're trying to have anybody spinning in the chute and trying to get nailed.
But Natsov's having a bit of a lie down itself at the moment because it's showing Osborne as the leader. Woods is second and Harrison, he's way down here somewhere. I can't even see him now. And guarantee you looking out the window, it's Osborne from Harrison, from Maggleton, back to Ryan Woods, then it's Harbour.
I think we're back into analog, back to the old days of looking out the window.
And then it would be Andriski.
Time, it hasn't changed in the last, pretty much since the get-go. Osborne got out in front early and Harrison and Maggleton just holding station. We were wondering, at least I was wondering, are they just holding station, just staying on the lead lap as they were, just being there or thereabouts?
Well, Harbour's just
ready
done
for a
his
big
fastest
lunge.
lap of the race on lap 13 at 1:06.75.
His trouble is he's still 4 seconds off the pace of the leading trio.
But we are getting a pack forming for positions 4, 5, 6 and 7. Because we've got a challenge here. It's Harbour on the inside of Ryan Woods, who sat in 4th place for most of the race, and Harbour's managed to get that done on the run down into turn number 7 as Ryan Woods wants to fight back, but it's a big job to do, and Harbour now clears him, so he picks up a spot, and Drisky's back there. Toth has now got round the outside of Corbell as well to move up another spot, so Toth now back up into position number 7. He was down as low as 11th a little while ago.
He said though, just trying to have a lunge down the inside. In fact, puts the 2 wheels on the grass to try and get down the inside of Tothy, but that was never on. Tothy, to his credit, gave him racing room, but no contact, fortunately, although there might have been a bit of Morse code on the back of the Tothy machine by Otis that time around. He's running so strongly and he just got gazumped by his mad mate his Tasmanian mate, his nemesis, Andrew Koch, showing some of the form that he's displayed on his way to 6 Tasmanian Championships. So he's no slouch behind the wheel of On HQ. We're on 6.5 laps to go.
Interesting, our race leader Osborne did his fastest lap of the race on the previous lap, which was lap 14.
This is what I was wondering about. So you're wondering whether they're just waiting until. Yeah. So here we go, mate. Who is it? Change for second?
Almost. Angleton getting very racy. Harrison covers off.
I'm going with my earlier premise. I bet they were in cruise mode in the middle. Now it's time.
Look at Osborne. He's jumped away. As soon as they start to fight, Magleton to the inside at turn number 2, but it puts him on the outside for turn 3. But he's certainly showing his intentions well and truly. Hanging to the outside as they approach turn number 4. You'd think that Harrison will have him covered here. He will. But Osborne's gone. They won't get to Osborne now, but he is gone.
Magleton off the track. He was I wouldn't say he's forced wide, but he had to go wide. It was fair to say he was not given a whole heap of room. It wasn't hit, it wasn't forced, but like it was gamesmanship, and he had no option but to go off the track, and he's lost a heap of space. There's no chance now that Magleton can get back up into second place.
I don't think there's any chance that anyone will get to Osborne at 15. They're coming round to complete lap 16. Osborne picking his way through beautifully. Harrison also doing a nice job in lap traffic. Well done to the lap traffic. The lights are ablaze on the Harrison car as we've got one out in the grass, the 19 car. He's been out there before.
He has once or twice. Well, he quite liked it, obviously. He having another crack.
Yeah, Harrison's actually back with Osborne. That surprises me. Down through the S's, our leader, car number 1, Brett Osborne. The challenger, Luke Harrison. He's been runner-up a couple of times. Probably hates that, sitting there now. And he's in a position where he's got about 3.5 laps to try and get the job done, Rosie.
Well, it was like that bike race I was telling you about, that indoor, they dropped one off. It was 5 and 4 and 3. Now it's 2, really. Realistically, as far as the lead is concerned, as far as the win is concerned, certainly there's a podium at play, but as far as the lead is concerned, it's all about Osborne in the 1 car and the 17, the Black Beauty of Harrison.
Who's got anything left, would you imagine? They're working lap 17 of 20. Harrison's there, he's close enough. Magleton's still back in the traffic, so he's done. In fact, he's coming under challenge from Harbour, they've gone either side of Whitehead and down into turn number 7. Harbour's come from the clouds.
And Magleton completely gazumped there by a slow competitor. Had to just jump on the brakes, all locked up in void, running in the back of the 63, or the 83 I should say, of Anderson, like doing the right thing, but it was in wrong place, wrong time, completely stymied Magleton's run. And Harbour, very, very racy this morning, now up onto the podium. So Magleton had that mistake, got forced wide at the bottom of the hill last time around, trying to get back up there, gazumped again at the end of the main straight, and now Harbour's in the box seat for a podium. Here we go. We were at 3 and a bit laps to go.
2 and a bit.
Yes, right. Yeah, beg your pardon. 2 and a bit. Yeah. Well, I can't.
Yeah, don't add another lap. Mr. Osborne would not be happy with an extra lap, I wouldn't have thought.
Not the brightest star in the sky, I'm not, and not the brightest numbers on the screen that I'm looking at. But anyway, so we are close to the run home. I was calling it 2 laps ago, but here we go, and it is on. It's a chance.
It's on.
It is a chance.
There was 0.4 between our lead 2 last time by at the end of lap 17. We'll find out in about 3 seconds what the gap is now. It's about a car length between Osborne and Harrison. They complete the lap. It was 0.4, it's 0.36. Nothing between them with 2 to go. Magleton is trying to fight back on Harbour now as they go under the Tilford Auto Group bridge. That's now the battle for 3rd. So we've got a battle for 1st and 2nd, a gap, and a battle for 3rd and 4th.
It's all going on here, folks. We are on the run home now. There's no doubt about that. A lap and a bit to go, lap and a half maybe. There's our leader in traffic again. Thanks very much, says Harrison. Really liking this. That's if he can go through as well, because it could work well, it could work badly for him. And I'll look underneath the bridge. They disappear from my view temporarily. You guys up there in spectator land can certainly see what's going on up there. And what's going on is that the number 1 car.
Number 1 car's just coming over the rise.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
And here comes Harrison.
Yep, there he is. I lost him for a minute. That's
having a big look on the run into turn 7. He's on the inside. Osborne's giving him racing room. They're almost side by side. They're coming around to complete lap 19. The last lap board's going to come out. They're separated by about a metre at best. The last lap board out. 2 kilometres to go to decide the national champion. Out of turn 1, heading to turn 2. There's lap traffic ahead. I don't think they'll get to it. They might get to one of them. Down through turn 3, Osborne, Harrison. The battle for 3rd and 4th sits with Harbour from Magleton at the moment. To turn number 4. The leader's up the hill. He's got a couple of car lengths.
One in the fence in the tyre wall coming out of 1. What vehicle it is?
Joe Andriski.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
And Joe Andriski was in position number 7.
Got a bit loose, got on the grass, on the wet grass, and then was all over Red Rover. Slammed into the bank quite hard. And I think he's okay, I think, because he's put it in reverse and he's reversing out of there. That's always good to see because it means that he's going okay.
Our race leader in amongst lap traffic. It's Brett Osborne. The checkered flag being prepared. Osborne's going to do it. He's going to go 4 times national champion in the HQ category. Luke Harrison home for 2nd. Harbour will get home for 3rd ahead of Magleton. Ryan Woods, first Tasmanian home, is Andrew Toth in 6th, which is a good drive considering he's back as far as 11th. Then it would be Otis Corporal. Andrew Bird will be next. The Dom towing machine. Behind Andrew Bird to be John Wise. Kenny Wright, David Parsons in 11th. Nick Woodridge in 12th. Howell in 13th. But when they come down the back straight, folks, give a big round of applause to Brett Osborne and Luke Harrison. They put on a great battle. Very shortly we'll be doing the podium right down here in front of the tower. So feel free, if you're in the pits, to come down to that area. I reckon it's going to be pretty exciting down there.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of emotion, a lot of time, money, investment, and so on, invested by a lot of people around the nation to come from all points, from West Australia, from Darwin, from every state and territory represented, family, friends, pit crews, others have come across the ditch to get here. You can see those, just part of the activity, those 3 big transporters over there that transported many of the vehicles down here, all 30, not 36 cars, because we've got a few of our own, but the best part of 30 cars have come across the ditch. And we're so glad that they did. They've come down there and been wonderful people to deal with and to talk with, and put on some fantastic racing the last couple of days. So how about that, a 4-time champion.
Down here on what you would have to call at the moment Victory Lane. A big thank you to Howell Automotive for their efforts, and Sue Ashland, the National Administrator, who's put the show together. In 3rd place, from New South Wales, Jared Harbour.
Thanks, mate.
Mate, wild race. You came from down the back of it, and there was all sorts of carnage going all around the place, and boys just a little bit too far ahead of you when you got clear.
Yeah, mate, these boys took off from the start really well. It was a big chase down. That safety car helped. But yeah, just started wheeling them back in and yeah, got there eventually. So yeah, it's good. Congrats to Bretto for the win and Luke for 2nd.
And obviously these things don't happen easily. There's some people you'd like to thank that have got you here and got you where?
Yeah, big thanks to Mum and Dad, Equity Views Construction Group, and all the other sponsors, Garland, Red Robin Kitchens, Urban City and Winston Express. So I just want to say a big thank you to all you guys. Wouldn't be able to do it without us. Yeah, go New South Wales.
Good job, mate. Congratulations on 3rd. Sue will escort you up onto your spot because the numbers are on the other side, so I can't see that. We'll move to 2nd. You must be sick of this, man. Luke Harrison from New South Wales. You nearly did it. You got in there, but just couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah, and I balked the start a little bit, and Bretto got me off there and just followed him around that most of the time, really. I had a few little sneaky moves on him, but I just couldn't get the job done. But it's always next year.
Battling for the lead, you had one of the biggest moments I've seen in a long, long time. You've come out of turn 8 here and you've gone to the grass. Now, normally that would be okay, but we've had about 4 metres of rain in the last week or two. It was grass and mud, and at high speed, that must have been a moment.
Yeah. There's a car stuck halfway in the track there, so we had to go bush for a little while and get around him and come back on the track, and then there's a safety car. So, yeah, no, it was all right. Luckily, we pulled it together and kept going.
Great job, mate. Some people you'd like to thank as well.
Yeah, no, I'd like to thank my parents, City Minicrete, Sainties, Equity Views Constructions, Osborne's Transport, Matty Barker, Bretto, the Harbours, all them guys, James, MIA Engines, all them guys give me a fast car every week, go racing. So, yeah, thank you.
Congratulations on second place, mate. You'll get your trophy from Sue. And that brings us to our winner, 4-time champion, going back-to-back from New South Wales, Brett Osborne. Congratulations, mate. Fantastic drive. You had the pressure on. Anytime you got a 1 on the door, I don't know whether it's a 1 or a target, it's one of those, and you had to work really hard in that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, it's a target, I guess. Everyone wants it. To come here and be able to back it up is for us a huge achievement. I think I was pretty fortunate to get Luke off the start there, because I think if he led into turn 1, it would have been a real battle and a half to try and get past him. So I was pretty fortunate just to get him off the start.
These things don't happen by chance. A lot of work goes into it by a lot of people, and I guess you'd like to thank them.
Yeah, so for us, Osborne's Transport, MIA Engines, James is down here this weekend, CR International, SC Racing. Got to thank Matty Barker, what he does for me in the background. Scotch Godding for coming down this weekend, helping me out. Very much appreciate that. Luke and all the guys there at Kerway, Minicrete, Stumpy and Kerry for bringing the car down. That wouldn't have happened without them guys. Jared and all of Equity Views for being here with us this weekend. Yeah, we really need the support between all of us, and we've really worked together and come up with a great result, 1, 2, 3 all together.
Fantastic job, mate. Take your spot up there for the photo opportunity. Then we're going to spray some champagne around and give it up for our podium.
Have a drink.
I hope you enjoyed the 2024 Howell Automotive HQ Nationals as much as we did. Special thanks to the entire Ashland family, Rick, Brad, Sophie, Wayne, Moz and all of the HQ Extra crew for helping make this video possible. Each race will be uploaded shortly in their entirety and added to my HQ playlist where you can see plenty more HQ action. Bye for now.
I've spotted something interesting. You're not Wayne. Never mind, Wayne's over there. How embarrassing. Mate, I have to say, you are doing an incredible job at holding that bonnet up that's already holding itself up.
100%.